Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and yesterday we did the Legend of Zelda Link theme run, which there were some things about it that were maybe a little questionable, like maybe instead of using Mentis Imperium for the hero's bow, I could have used Gust Volley, something that would have made maybe, I don't know if it would have made more sense, but it might have been more effective, take it with you. Maybe I could have started with one of the two Aegis spells to simulate the Hylian Shield, had that going for me a little earlier. But the run did get completed, and the hero of Hyrule has beaten the Chaos Trials. So now today, before I do anything else that's at all themed, I thought I would use today as just a fun critical hit run, but with a little bit of a twist. Not a huge twist, but let me explain. So obviously we're going with Awe because this robe is awesome. We're going to be using Bolt Rail because OBS. Razor Burst, as that's going to be a nice little escape route push and also push a little bit more critical hit damage. We've got Wind Sentry because, frankly, I like Wind Sentry. We've got the Tracer Barrage, because again, it's just a really good signature to go along with this. But then I decided I would try out Dice of the Nemesis. Since I have something that's boosting my critical hits anyway, why not give Dice of the Nemesis a chance to shine? And frankly, I've had it before. I've had it shine before, but not from the very beginning of the run. Yeah, I don't want any of that. Wait, what's the book? I don't think I've seen the book. All relics in our country. No, I'm good. And of course, they put Atlas on level 3. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. Because fuck you. Alright. So, one of the things I was not aware of, as I was just browsing through new releases on the Nintendo Switch eShop, is that Catherine Full Body had actually come out just recently. Now, I don't know how anyone feels about the original release of Catherine. I'm just gonna state right now, I loved that game. It's one of those games that I purchased. I really enjoyed what I was playing, but I would be lying if I said I got all the way through it. Not because of any sort of revulsion to the game or anything. It's just at the time that it came out, there were a bunch of things coming out that I was interested in. And my brain said, what are you? The other part is there. Glass Cannon is a maybe just to boost the base damage for my critical hits, but it was one of those games I really enjoyed but never completed because something else had come out at the time. And then I just kind of got continually distracted. Kind of like how big releases work pretty much all the time. Something will come out and you'll be like, I love this game! And then, of course, because the publishers can never get enough, then you'll be like, something else came out. And you're always chasing what's new and not necessarily always what's good. So, a while back, I had purchased Catherine Classic for my Steam account. Hello, Dice, thank you. And my thought process there was, hey, I can catch up on what I missed by playing Catherine Classic on my Steam account. But now it turns out that Catherine Full Body is out, which from what I can tell has all of the same content as the original Catherine. You better believe I'm taking this, because I can make fusion material. Take me home, country roads. So, if Catherine Full Body has all of the same content as Catherine Classic, plus way more, plus, additional content, why wouldn't I play that version of the game? Oh, smooth. So, part of my plan for today is to find And it's out on like all of the consoles, but strangely not on PC, or at least not on Steam. And because my issues at the Epic Game Store aren't just I'm annoyed about having multiple launchers. It's more like I really don't want anything to do with Epic and their poor employee practices or their support of Tencent. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a physical copy of it for the Nintendo Switch. And as far as I can tell, the closest physical copy is a GameStop a few miles from me, so it's going to be road trip day. But I wanted to record this first and make sure I had this going. Beyond that, I'm not sure what I'm going to record next. There's a lot of game series that I'm doing right now. I should probably do an episode of Hat in Time. I should probably finally start working on finishing up my tier list videos for One Step from Eden. I'm just started Bloodstained Curse of the Moon in preparation for doing the second game. And no, the second game is not Ritual of the Night. That's more of its own beast. Delicious. Although I guess technically it's the second game, but when I say the second game, I mean Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. That's what I'm actually getting at. Get out of here. A perfect time crystal is making this run pretty much a non-issue. That was a nice, easy room. So there's plenty for me to be working on, so I am not at any shortage of content, believe you me. Thing is, I know I have friends and like IRL friends, not necessarily internet friends, but I have friends IRL that are looking forward to Hat in Time. I have friends that are looking forward to Curse of the Moon. Then I know you all really like Wizard of Legend, and who am I to blame you? I really like Wizard of Legend as well. If I didn't, I wouldn't be playing it for your entertainment. Or for that matter, my entertainment. all I'm saying is I have projects that I can be working on, and they will be worked on. I'm just not sure which ones I should do today. See, I could record an episode of Fury Unleashed. I want to play Binding of Isaac, but I think I'd be more comfortable streaming that, because the challenges that I'm working on right now are a pain in the ass, and frankly, I'd feel more comfortable streaming those than trying to record good episodes of them. Partially because I want people to see the sort of struggle that goes into some of those harder challenges. But partially also because... Ooh, hello. We've got a few good things here. We can continue boosting our signature with Ancient Fountain Pen. Give ourselves a little armor. That will continue throughout the entire run, because, hey, that's always a good thing to do. Can give ourselves extra signature charge, or just have our fairy friend. See, the problem is, our fairy friend is the electric fairy, and as much as I like her... Hold on. The next two levels are not conducive to electric damage, so maybe I'll let her rest. So, in my opinion, it's kind of between the heavy travel jacket and the ancient fountain pen. And it's wishful thinking to think I'll be able to afford both. Ow. Okay, I'm just being dumb right now. That's right, you never stood a chance. What do you do? Charge basics. Okay, well, that excludes that. Okay, bye then. There's nothing else here that I really think is all that great, so we're just gonna let that go. Dice of the Nemesis coming in real handy right now. You know what? I am A-okay with that. I am loving it. I think it's early enough in the run where I think this is the better choice right now. Combine that with the perfect time crystal. Yeah, it almost seems like I should have just started with Fury instead of Awe, but oh well. So now when Dice of the Nemesis doesn't kick in, I've got plenty of things going for me. I don't want that. And this is about the quickest I've... Hold on. This is about the quickest I've stepped into a run and immediately said, oh yeah, this is pretty much a done deal. Well, she's going to use her signature. If you're going to use your signature, I want to use my signature too. There we go. That was nice and easy. And you're giving me Aegis Charge. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to be keeping this. It's not exactly super conducive to a critical hit run. But it is Earth Elemental, and it can protect me from some garbage, so hey, why not? We'll at least keep it for a little while. God, that does a lot of damage. I am just fine with that. Thank you, Razor Burst. Now let's walk into this room, nuke the crap out of it. Alright. Look at this. It's a beautiful run right here. Oh, finally! Wind Sentry gets upgraded. Now we're set. Oh, we are so set. At this point, just about anything else would be a bonus. And yeah, I know I only have 4 relics, but look at the relics I have. They all kind of go together with one another. Alright, and Ancient Fountain Pen should be maxed out pretty soon here. Beautiful. So I do very much look forward to Catherine Full Body. I don't think it's one of those games that I'm going to record for the channel, not unless there's like overwhelming support for it, but it is one of those games I'm very interested in just because of how much I liked the original Catherine. Very interested in seeing what they do. I know I didn't even segue back to it. I was just like, so anyway, I know my style of commentary is a little odd. I'll just jump back and forth between different topics and without any real regard to how I got to or from those topics. I know that can be a little jarring for people. I apologize. Thank you, Dice of the Nemesis. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what new content was added. I know there's at least 13 endings to the game, which, like, I know that sounds like it might be a little bit too much, but let's keep in mind there are now 3 Catherines instead of just 2. So for those of you who don't remember, there was the responsible Catherine, who was, let's see if there's anything here I want. Oh, increased stun duration and signature charge. Actually, I don't need that. I don't need any of this, actually. But I might buy Electrified Smock, I'm not sure. So there is original responsible Catherine, who's ready to settle down with her long-term boyfriend, Vincent. And, of course, like most people who are in that position, he's a little bit scared of the change. And frankly, who wouldn't be? You go from being a single guy, because it's clear that you're no other guys attached to you, and now you're gonna settle down and commit to a single person, which is, I mean, it can be scary for a lot of people. Sorry about that. But then, as he's struggling with that decision and trying to understand what does it all mean, then while he's in the bar, he gets approached by Catherine number 2. Oh, sorry. I don't need this, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Catherine number 2, since I don't want to spoil things for those of you who may be interested in the game yourselves, and I hope there's some interest for the game. I hate summoners so much. Or at least elemental summoners, as they are the hardest to deal with. Yeah, it's what you deserve. Okay, you can cut that out now. So, because I don't want to spoil it, we'll just say Catherine number 2 is, different. I mean, not just personality-wise. Catherine number 2 is much more the kind of free-spirity, like, hey, let's go have fun. She's about a much freer lifestyle, which, of course, to someone who's unsure of where their future is going, of course that's going to sound good. That's going to be like, oh, freedom? I love the idea. Because frankly, when you're young, who's ready to settle down and commit? I don't mean that as any sort of, like, blight to those of you who are in my audience who are young and ready to settle down and commit, but let's be 100% fair and honest with each other. You would be the exception and not the rule. There we go. So, but as it turns out, that Catherine, aside from just being the kind of rambling, gambling, free spirit, has other issues about her. But that's not necessarily the important part of the game, as the important part of the game is actually more so about Vincent's choices. And it kind of combines a tower-style puzzle gameplay with sort of the visual novel kind of semi-dating sim aspect, which I'm not big on visual novels, but you know, when the aspects of them are done well, they can be really entertaining. I use, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney as my example to that. I actually really enjoyed that game. The courtroom scenarios are about as realistic as me losing 100 pounds by next September. And not that I would want to, but beyond that. The gameplay itself was fun. I loved the investigative gameplay. The characters were were interesting and well realized, even if again they do tend to stray away a bit from reality. But I mean, let's now be completely honest with each other. Who here is playing video games because they want that dose of hyper-realism? Because frankly, if I want a dose of hyper-realism, I can step the fuck outside. Just saying. Yes, I will take this fairy with me. Hello, Naya. How are you? And Cabby's bubblegum seems good too. What were the Arcana Glacial Cross Inferno Beam? I think I'm good. Oh my god, a combo with two signatures? Oh baby, I'm on cloud 9. I'm loving this. God, it's so good. The point that I'm getting at is that visual novel stuff can be really fun if executed well. And I didn't think that the stuff that I had experienced in Catherine when I was playing it was at all bad. Oh, you and your fucking pentagram. There we go. And of course, it's the stuff that happens in the kind of visual novel section where you're like talking to people and making decisions. That's what really determines how the game moves forward. That's what gets you to your endings. So, I don't know, just the kind of social sim aspect of it I thought was really interesting. Because, let's be fair, I know that's why people gravitate so much towards the Persona games. It's not all about the power of teenagers in friendship killing God. I mean, that's a part of it, don't get me wrong, but it's also about the hyper-stylized visual novel aspect of it, and that's something that Catherine has as well. I'm not going to say necessarily in abundance, but yeah, Catherine does a great job with that. Oh, you bastard. There we go. So I very much look forward to replaying that. For whatever reason, Full Body is not out on PC, like I said, unless it's on the Epic Games Store. But because I refuse to purchase on the Epic Games Store, then I will be buying Catherine Full Body for the Nintendo Switch, which I've already looked up a few reviews on it. Apparently it runs very well on the Nintendo Switch, which is all I'm really worried about. Yeah, I can get smarmy about the graphics all I want, but it's not like it makes a big difference as long as it looks honestly good enough. But for me, if I'm going to buy something on the Switch, it's going to be all about, one, is it possible to get anywhere else? When I say that, I don't mean I don't buy things on Switch, because I purchased this on the Nintendo Switch and on Steam. I'm going to just, heads up, I purchased Crosscode on Steam, and I will buy it on the Switch because I feel as though it's a good idea to support the developers that you think are doing a good job. And the developers of Crosscode, I think, did a magnificent job. So I'll be buying that. I'll essentially be buying a second copy of Crosscode. Like I said, I purchased 2 copies of this. Shovel Knight I've purchased a few times, and the Switch is only one. Oddly, where I haven't purchased Shovel Knight is on my Steam account. And even though this doesn't work properly, I will buy it still. And yes, I do need resistance to earth-based attacks because I got to this floor and suddenly I'm getting my ass kicked. I know part of that is that I did spend some health to purchase the robe upgrade, but yeah, the enemies on Atlas level 3 have always been a pain for me. And everyone's going to have that one level that just gives them problems, and for me, this is that one level. Some of you may have problems with Zeal level 3. I imagine there's more than a few people that have a problem with Shu's Spire, because, frankly, Shu is a bullshit boss. Just for me, it's this level because of just how bullshitty the enemies are. Between all of them having some way to poison you, yeah, I don't want anything here, sorry. I have wasted your time enough, madam! Between the bullshit enemies who all have some means of poison, all have some form of invulnerability in a can, it's, to me, these Shu Spire, or not Shu Spire, but the Living Courtyards just aren't fun for me. Dice of the Nemesis making big plays here. Go, boy, go! Now, I gotta say, 13 endings is an awful lot, and I get the feeling I'm going to be playing full body for a while. If it comes out on Steam, I probably will purchase it a second time. I mean, yeah, we're not talking about an indie dev here. Atlas has been making games for a while. And you don't get to a Persona 5 without having, you know, a Persona 1 through 4. Of course. Oh, I don't like Living Courtyard. I really don't like the Living Courtyard. Of course, on the frame that I press B to cast my signature, that's when Captain Jackass decides this seems like a good time to perform a jump attack. I'm over here going, I'd rather you not. Well, too bad. So, that's my plan for my day. Hopefully you all have interesting plans. I will be buying that heavy travel jacket, by the way. God, I hate Living Courtyard. And I don't mean to keep complaining about it, because at this point it's probably just getting old, but yeah, there's only so much of the Living Courtyard I can take before it starts to weigh down on me, and I just go, fuck it all! Thank you, Dice of the Nemesis. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Also, I saw the Wind Fairy there, but I'm happy with the Sylvan Companion I have for right now. Oh, that's nice. I love dead ends that are really oddly convoluted like that. I don't feel like I wasted my time at all. Amongst the other games that I've purchased more than once to show dev support, yeah, I already mentioned Shovel Knight, I already mentioned this game. Trials of Mana, I'm not sure if I want to purchase that twice, but, you know, it's not like it's not worth it. I really like Trials of Mana. I think I'm going to come back and grab the Golden Saber of Envy. Have I mentioned I don't like Strafe Archer very much? Just thought I'd just bring it up as like an offhand comment, just in case it never came up. It's another one of those enemies that's much harder to deal with when you don't have the chaotic rift. See, Binding of Isaac, I think I've purchased that game like, let me count. I purchased it on the Wii U, the 3DS, the Nintendo Switch, and Steam. See, Binding of Isaac might be one of the games I've purchased the most. It's between that and Final Fantasy VI. Okay, these last two... Yeah, Atlas's floor just ruined me. Holy crap. Okay, come on. Gotta do this right. Yeah, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse I've purchased more than once. Which, by the way, yes, I know that there is a new Shantae game out. I have been playing it. Something about it doesn't feel right. Like, especially if you played Pirate's Curse or Half Genie Hero before it. I don't know, it just isn't... It's not of the same quality. And it's not to say that it's a bad game. I don't think that's the case. It's just... It's not... I don't know, it's not... It doesn't feel like the right caliber of Shantae game. But yeah, I've purchased that more than once to support Way Forward. Like, I'm not against purchasing a game more than once if I like the dev behind the game. Because I'm not just gonna like randomly just buy things multiple times. Just see Mega Man and Mega Man X Legacy Collection. Purchase those games more than once each. In this case, Switch and Steam. There we go. Beautiful fight. I mean, Sura probably doesn't agree, but if you ask me, it's a beautiful fight. So there you go. If you haven't tried it, try doing a critical build with Dice of the Nemesis as your starting relic. You might just be surprised by how much power you can get behind it. And like I said, I had a very powerful run. Like right from the beginning, I had Perfect Time Crystal and Ancient Fountain Pen, so that just made things go by really fast. So give that a shot. I also want to real quick say another game that I've purchased twice that I think is really worth your time to check out, if you haven't, is The Messenger. It starts off as essentially an 8-bit homage to Ninja Gaiden, and by the end becomes something just nuts. I think it's a beautiful game. I love the soundtrack. Give it a try if you haven't already. I think it's well worth your time, and I would keep talking about other games that I've purchased and played more than once, but this is the end of the episode. If I want to ramble, I'll do it in another episode, which will be coming later. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. The Luigi episode will be coming in the near future, so don't fret about that. And then after that, I will find 2 more theme episodes, some way or another. I'll figure it out. All of that having been said, thank you very much for all the positivity and support you've been giving me, and I will see you in a new episode. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.